from Prime Video, courtesy of Mattel Creations. Good to see you, Andrew Whitworth. How are you?
Rich, what's going on, baby? I'll be waiting on you at the baggage claim, man. Come on, let's go.
You know
Get
what?
Here.
You know, Andrew, you touched upon a subject matter that I was planning on touching upon later on. It's a very, very touchy subject. Checking a bag when you're going on a group trip, Andrew. I don't do those things. I carry on, and that's so you won't see me at baggage claim, sir. Certainly not at that airport.
Well, here's the good news, Rich. You know, not to get off subject, but my very first job as an analyst with Amazon last year, the Chiefs Chargers, I actually forgot all my bags at the airport. So I was the teammate that we pulled up to the hotel, and they said, "All right, everyone, get your bags out." And I realized I never got them from the airport, so I had to go all the way back in my first road trip as an analyst. So I really had it mastered from the jump.
So hold on a second. You, in your first road trip, I believe, was that to Kansas City last year? Was that your first?
Kansas City Chargers.
I remember that was,
you know, it's the whole deal.
Right.
Rich, you show up, you're excited. I saw Kaylee and Carissa and Ryan. I'm like, oh, it's everybody. Like, this is our group.
Yeah.
Got to talking. I got in the car. Not only did I check a bag, I also had a carry-on that I just flat out left while I was grabbing a coffee. So I had to get an Uber. Best part is, here it is, Rich. You don't tell on yourself. So I got to the hotel. I got in an Uber. I went back to the airport, and I searched for all my bags, and then took an Uber back to the hotel. Nobody knew but Carissa for a while.
You didn't.
That was amazing. Wow.
You didn't tell anybody, huh? Okay, except Carissa. I get it. So hold on a second. Last one. Is that because you NFL guys don't handle your own baggage? Is that you just thought somebody would just do it for you, Andrew, in media?
Well, you know her. I'm pretty sure she was like, first time you've ever actually had to go through the airport. And I was like, yeah, exactly. You know, we're used to getting bussed out to the tarmac.
Charter.
You know, we just throw our bag on the plane. So, little spoiled. That's all it was, Rich.
You just need to travel with Al, where you don't touch your bag once. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. You got to go on Air Al.
Air Al, baby.
Yeah.
Air Al, baby.
Well, good to see you, Andrew Whitworth. Let's just jump right into it. Super Bowl 58 will come down to what?
I think really you look at it for the Chiefs, it seems like Andy Reid has really been a game plan guy these last 3 weeks in the playoffs. It's like every week he's kind of had a true plan of how he was going to attack the specific team. And we've talked about it, I think you and I a couple weeks ago, about just him, different usage of his personnel and things like that offensively, using more tight ends and that. But it's also been a shift in the run game. They've gone from being this zone football team to a pull, power, counter, lead type team. And it's been dramatic. I mean, they've gone from being leading by outside zone, inside zone to this team where we're going to pull our linemen, we're going to get them in space, and we're going to create holes that way. And it has been electric for this offense. They've run the ball better than they have all season these last couple of weeks. So I think that's going to be the key. Can the Niners stop the run for them so that you eliminate all those opportunities for Mahomes to do things with you when they're moving the chains? And then on the Niners side, will you lean on the run game? I mean, Kyle Shanahan in 2 Super Bowl appearances, 0 points in the fourth quarter, heavily pass, all leaning towards throwing the ball a lot, not running it much. Will he lean on the run game? Because that's the one weakness the Chiefs have shown defensively, is they have not stopped the run well.
So when you were preparing to take on the Niners in an NFC championship game, or the Rams were back in your day, Andrew, what were you looking at that you think the Chiefs might be looking at right now to exploit in this game?
I think it's a different team. I mean, when we played them, really a couple years ago, I thought they were really good against the run. This year, for whatever reason, they've started to struggle a little bit, especially here in these playoffs, to stop the run game. Maybe just trying to create, hey, we don't want to give up any explosives is their mentality. But you look at it, they haven't played as well as you would think they would in the playoffs. They've come back in all these games to find ways to win, which really says a lot about the job Brock Purdy's done to bring them back. But I think this team's much different in their style and how they've played. And so I think, to me, the physicality is the big thing you thought about when you played that team, is they just play with an energy and a physicality that's rare. But this Chiefs team has played exactly like that all playoffs long. And that's why I think this game is going to be awesome, because there's going to be a lot of energy and a lot of physical play on both sides of the football.
What did you think of Andrew Whitworth, Nick Bosa's quote when asked about what he sees on film from you were laughing, the Chiefs offensive lineman, quote, "They hold a lot," end quote. What did you think of that?
Listen, I got paid for 16 years to hold people rich. It was great. So listen, we're all we are is linemen. Listen, linemen are just high-paid bouncers, okay? Keep you out of the door. That's our job. We're not letting you in the door. So I don't care. Call it a hold, call it a grab, say I fell down in front of you. If you don't get to the quarterback, I win. So that's all I worried about. And so I think for the Chiefs linemen, they don't care. Say whatever you want, Bosa. We're going to stop you from getting there, and that's the only thing we care about.
They hold a lot. That's I mean, that was funny. You got to give him credit for that, right?
Hey, Nick's awesome. I love it. He's got a great dry wit about him. I thought that was awesome. I mean, that's the only thing he saw.
So that said, in all seriousness, are you concerned about the tackles for the Chiefs?
I will say it's going to be a big part of the game, but I think just as big is if Joe Thuney's not in there, you know, really the ability of Javon Hargrave, can he really make an impact on this game? Because you think about it, like Nick Bosa is a guy, the way he wins is a lot of power, hand swipe stuff where he's going to close these edges. But if he's going to be closing these edges, that's what makes the Niners rush special. If Javon Hargrave can create pressure in the middle, you know, against Nick Allegretti, I think that's a big part of condensing that pocket on Mahomes and not giving him space to get out. And so that will be an emphasis for this 49ers D line. And if they can get that done, they'll win the Super Bowl, because that's really going to be the thing that tells the story. The only Super Bowl we've seen Patrick Mahomes lose and played in, he was missing both his tackles and was under pressure a lot. And so they've got to find a way to create pressure if they want to be able to stop Mahomes.
And that said, one of the reasons why the Chiefs are in this game, Andrew Whitworth, is because the defense of the Chiefs has been so special, and Steve Spagnuolo pulled his Spags bag of tricks out on Lamar Jackson. So what do you think he's got cooked up for Brock Purdy in this game to speed him up and get him seeing some ghosts, maybe?
Yeah, I think the interesting part will be really the discipline that the Niners use offensively. I thought you really look at that Detroit game, even as bad as it went early, they never really deviated from who they are and the system they run. And in this game, I think it'll be similar. Spags is going to have a plan for how he's going to stop this offense at the beginning of the game. And are the Niners going to commit to being able to run the football and run it successfully? Because that's how you're going to beat this Chiefs team. Build it off the run, play actions off of that, and then take your opportunities to get back in gun and use it as you move the football and get those chains moving. But they've got to get the chains moving first. So I think Spags is going to have a plan for all these motions and shifts and how they're going to defend Debo. But it's going to be a challenge, because this is much different than the teams they've played. Now you're really dealing with, hey, we can try to eliminate a receiver in Brandon Ayuk, but then there's the other receiver in Debo Samuel, who is dynamic with the football in his hands at every level of the field, whether it's running routes or in the backfield getting the football as well. That's a big challenge for a defensive coordinator to really have to defend it on all levels.
So it's prediction time, Andrew. What do you have for me on this front?
You know, I had this conversation with you just a couple weeks ago, Rich. I'm tired of picking against Mahomes, but I guess I'm just going to keep doing it. Maybe I'm a good luck charm for him, because I just say it every week they're not winning, and every week they win. So I'm going to do it again. I just think the Niners' weapons, this is their opportunity. This game sets up how they should be able to win a football game. The Chiefs haven't been as good this season. They've struggled at moments. They've been on fire the last few weeks. But the Niners, I think, have not played as well in the playoffs as we've seen them play in the regular season, and they're due to have a big night. So I'm going 49ers.
You haven't learned, is what you're saying. You have not learned.
No, but maybe it's on purpose at this point. You know, that's at least what I'm telling. That's what I'm telling Patrick and Travis and those guys when I see them, when they're like, hey, you picked against us all year. We won the Super Bowl. Hey, listen, I was doing it to help you guys. It was working.
Yeah, but they don't buy that. They don't buy that at all. You know?
Maybe.
No, okay. What's the score? What score do you have? What's your final score?
Oh, man.
Yeah, come on.
That's a good one. You know, I think you're really putting me on it today. It's Super Bowl week. Let's go. Step up.
That's right.
I'm going to go 24-20, San Francisco 49ers.
Okay. Chris, what does that mean?
That's exactly what Scott Van Pelt did. That's
Okay.
Niners cover and the under.
Okay.
All right.
when you say those things, those mean something to the Vegas
I don't know what it
people.
means.
I don't know what that means.
It means I'm going to make a ton of money.
Okay, very good. Didn't know that.
That's what it means.
So what are you doing for Mattel Creations and Fisher Price, Andrew? What's your scoop?
Oh, baby. Second year in a row, Rich. My kids are going to love me.
Ooh.
Little People collector sets, baby.
Ooh.
The Niners and the Chiefs, Little People's collector sets.
That is cool.
You can go on MattelCreations.com,
Yes.
put in an order for your team, who you think's winning.
Yeah.
If your team loses, you get refunded. But if your team wins, you get a Super Bowl 58 collection set that you can keep forever for your kids, for you. It's great memorabilia. But hey, you were talking about lines, overs, unders. I don't understand that either. What I do understand is
Yes.
if you want to find something to help you make your bet, right now the Chiefs are leading at MattelCreations.com in the orders that have been placed. The highest percentage is leaning towards the Chiefs, 60%. So I don't know what all measurements you guys are using to make your pick, but as of MattelCreations.com, the Chiefs are ahead.
So you can go to MattelCreations.com, pre-order your collection set. So the Chiefs set includes, wait a minute, I have it here, Mahomes, Travis Kelce, L'Jarius Sneed is in there as well.
Yeah, come on, baby.
Is it true that Kadarius Toney was in that set and he's now no longer in that set? Is that wrong? Did I just did
Wow.
I? Is that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm just.
Yeah,
I'm just
they
looking
dropped
at,
him.
Okay, just didn't know.
But don't call.
All right, Fred Warner, Purdy, and McCaffrey. I like it, and both sets include a super fan. This is cool, man.
Can we guess who the super
Come
fan
on,
is?
it's really fun.
I love it.
I actually have, I have one they made me last year after doing this with a sports coat and a hoodie. The kids keep in their
Do they
room.
really?
So it's pretty special.
Oh, that's so
yeah.
cool. I would take one
great.
of those. I would take one of those.
I think they will take notice that you said that. Rich.
I would
You will
definitely.
get one of these.
I would definitely take one of those, and I wouldn't leave it at the airport either. I would take it. What a story, man! That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I know.
Didn't tell anyone.
You football players just don't. You just show up and you just think people will do stuff for you. You know what I mean, Andrew? What can I tell you?
We're spoiled. What do you want me to say?
No, you are not.
I hold and I can't take care of myself. I mean, I'm basically useless.
Andrew, you're the best, man. Thanks for a great season coming in studio, hanging with Susie and Amy as well on What the Football. And I look forward to having you back all the time and seeing you here in LA.
Yeah, brother. You too, man.
Okay,
All
Andrew,
the best. See you
I'll
this
see you in
week.
Vegas. Thanks again. You are the best as well. Andrew Whitworth of Prime Video, Thursday Night Football. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern for free.